7 deadly decluttering tasks seniors should avoid to live past 80. The hidden dangers. No one knows if you're over 60 and planning to declutter your home. This could literally be a matter of life and death. Last month, a 67-year-old woman in Oregon suffered a heart attack while lifting boxes in her attic. She survived, but thousands don't. What she didn't know, and what most seniors don't realize, is that certain decluttering tasks can trigger strokes, heart attacks, and deadly falls. Today I'm revealing the 7 decluttering mistakes that have sent more seniors to the emergency room than any other home activity. The shocking truth? These dangers are completely avoidable once you know what to look for. Stay with me because mistake number 4 might be happening in your home right now. Welcome back to the Senior Reset, where we help you live your best life after 60. I'm about to share something that could save your life or the life of someone you love. Decluttering seems harmless, right? It's supposed to make you feel better, reduce stress, and create a safer home. But here's what the decluttering experts won't tell you. For seniors, certain organizing tasks are more dangerous than driving in a snowstorm. In the next 12 minutes, you'll discover the 7 deadliest decluttering mistakes that have hospitalized thousands of seniors, and the simple alternatives that will keep you safe while still achieving your organizing goals. I'll show you the warning signs your body gives you before disaster strikes, the one tool every senior should have before starting any decluttering project, and the 30-second safety check that could prevent a life-threatening emergency. Plus, I'm saving the most shocking mistake for last. It's something 90% of seniors do without thinking twice. If this information helps you or someone you know, please hit that like button and share this video. Your engagement helps us reach more seniors who need this life-saving advice. Now let's dive into mistake number 1. 1. The attic avalanche. Why going up could bring you down. The first deadly mistake is attempting to declutter attics or high storage areas alone. Here's why this seemingly innocent task becomes a death trap for seniors. When 72-year-old William from Texas decided to clean out his attic last spring, he thought he was being responsible. He'd lived in that house for 30 years, and the attic was overflowing with Christmas decorations, old photo albums, and boxes of memories. What William didn't account for was how his body had changed since his last attic adventure a decade earlier. The dangers lurking in your attic aren't just about falling. Yes, ladder falls send 164,000 Americans to emergency rooms annually, and seniors make up a disproportionate number of these cases. But the hidden killer is what happens to your cardiovascular system. Climbing into hot, dusty attic spaces causes your heart rate to spike while dust particles trigger breathing difficulties. Your blood pressure can skyrocket from the combination of physical exertion, heat exposure, and poor air quality. Here's what happened to William. 20 minutes into sorting through boxes, he felt dizzy. Instead of stopping, he pushed through, a common mistake seniors make. The combination of dehydration, overexertion, and dust inhalation triggered an irregular heartbeat. He collapsed among the storage boxes and wasn't found until his neighbor noticed he hadn't picked up his newspaper for 2 days. The solution isn't to avoid decluttering your attic entirely. Instead, follow the senior-safe approach. First, never go alone. Have someone downstairs who can help or call for assistance. Second, work in 15-minute intervals with 30-minute rest breaks. Third, choose cooler parts of the day, preferably morning hours. Most importantly, bring items down in small batches rather than sorting them up there. Professional organizers who specialize in senior clients recommend the lowering method. Simply bring everything down to your main living area, where you can sort safely at ground level. This might take longer, but it eliminates the triple threat of heights, heat, and harmful air quality. Can you think of items in your attic that you've been putting off dealing with? The key is making this task manageable and safe. Remember, your memories are precious, but your life is irreplaceable. 2. The basement blackout when dark spaces turn dangerous. Mistake number 2 is decluttering basements without proper preparation. And this one catches seniors off guard because basements feel safer than attics. After all, you're not dealing with ladders or extreme heat. But basements present their own unique hazards that have led to more senior injuries than most people realize. Meet Sylvia, a 69-year-old retired teacher from Michigan. She decided to tackle her basement storage room on a rainy Saturday afternoon. The basement had been the family's catch-all space for decades. Holiday decorations, old furniture, boxes of books and workshop supplies. Sylvia thought she was being smart by wearing her reading glasses and bringing a flashlight. What she didn't anticipate was how quickly things could go wrong in a poorly lit, cluttered space. The primary danger in basements is what safety experts call environmental hazards. Poor lighting creates shadows that hide obstacles. Uneven floors, loose rugs, and scattered items become invisible trip hazards. But the real killer is air quality. Basements often contain mold spores, dust mites, and chemical fumes from stored household products. For seniors with compromised respiratory systems or heart conditions, this toxic cocktail can trigger serious health emergencies. Sylvia's story took a dangerous turn when she moved a heavy box of photo albums. The box was heavier than expected, causing her to lose balance and stumble backward into a stack of paint cans. The impact wasn't severe, but the fall caused her to inhale a cloud of dust and potentially harmful fumes. Within minutes, she experienced chest tightness and difficulty breathing, early signs of a respiratory emergency. Here's the basement safety protocol every senior should follow. First, ensure proper lighting throughout the entire space, not just where you're working. Second, clear pathways before moving any items. Create a safe route from your work area to the stairs. Third, wear protective gear, including a dust mask, non-slip shoes, and work gloves. Never wear reading glasses while navigating. They distort depth perception. The game changer is the staging area method. Instead of trying to sort items in the basement, create a staging area at the top of your stairs. Bring items up in small, manageable loads and sort them in a well-lit, safe environment. This eliminates the risks of poor lighting, air quality issues, and navigation hazards. Professional organizers recommend spending no more than 20 minutes at a time in basement environments, especially during initial clearing phases. Your basement decluttering project might take weeks instead of days, but you'll complete it safely. The third deadly mistake is handling old household chemicals and cleaning products without understanding how dangerous they've become over time. This mistake has sent more seniors to poison control centers than any other decluttering activity. And the worst part is that most people have no idea they're creating a toxic environment in their own homes. Consider the story of Vernon, a 74-year-old veteran from Arizona who decided to clean out his garage storage cabinets. Vernon was methodical and careful. He wore gloves and worked in sections. But what he didn't know was that some of the cleaning products, paint thinners and pesticides he'd stored for over a decade, had become unstable and potentially lethal. Old chemicals don't just lose effectiveness, they become dangerous. Metal containers corrode, creating leaks that contaminate surrounding items. Plastic containers break down, allowing harmful vapors to escape. Some products actually become more toxic with age, as their chemical composition changes. When Vernon opened a rusted can of wood stain, the vapors that escaped were far more concentrated and harmful than when the product was new. The immediate danger comes from mixing incompatible chemicals accidentally. As you sort through old products, residue on your gloves or containers can create unexpected chemical reactions. Vernon unknowingly combined residue from an old ammonia-based cleaner with bleach residue from another container. The resulting chloramine gas caused immediate respiratory distress and chemical burns to his throat and lungs. But here's what makes this mistake truly deadly for seniors. Age-related changes in your body make you more vulnerable to chemical exposure. Your liver and kidneys, which process toxins, work less efficiently. Your skin is thinner and more permeable. Your respiratory system is more sensitive to irritants. What might cause minor discomfort in a younger person can trigger serious health emergencies in seniors. The safe approach requires what I call the professional disposal mindset. Never attempt to identify mystery chemicals or salvage old products. If you can't clearly read the label, or if the container shows any signs of damage, treat it as hazardous waste. Contact your local waste management facility for proper disposal instructions. Most communities have special collection days for household hazardous waste. The golden rule for seniors: when in doubt, don't touch it. Professional hazmat disposal services might cost a few $100s, but that's nothing compared to an emergency room visit or long-term health complications. Create a quarantine zone for questionable chemicals and handle the disposal professionally. Have you discovered old products in your home that you're not sure how to handle? The safest approach is always professional disposal rather than trying to determine if they're still safe. Here's mistake number 4, and this might be happening in your home right now. Attempting to move heavy furniture alone during decluttering projects. This single mistake accounts for more senior hospitalizations than falls from ladders, and the injuries go far beyond simple back strain. Ruby, a 71-year-old grandmother from Florida, learned this lesson the hard way. She was decluttering her spare bedroom, which had become a storage room for furniture pieces collected over 40 years of marriage. Ruby considered herself strong and independent. She'd been moving furniture her entire adult life. But what Ruby didn't realize was how dramatically her muscle mass, bone density and cardiovascular system had changed since her last major furniture rearranging project. The danger isn't just in the lifting, it's in what happens to your body during the lift. When seniors attempt to move heavy objects, several physiological changes occur simultaneously. Your blood pressure spikes, putting strain on your heart and blood vessels. Your breathing becomes shallow, reducing oxygen to your brain. Most critically, the sudden exertion can trigger cardiac arrhythmias in people with underlying heart conditions. Ruby's story illustrates the perfect storm of senior furniture moving dangers. She decided to move a solid wood dresser that weighed approximately 150 pounds. As she lifted, she held her breath, a natural response that's extremely dangerous for seniors. This action, called the Valsalva maneuver, causes blood pressure to spike and can trigger strokes or heart attacks. Ruby made it halfway across the room before experiencing severe chest pain and shortness of breath. But the immediate cardiac risk is just one danger. Heavy lifting puts enormous stress on aging joints and bones. Seniors are at higher risk for compression fractures in the spine, where vertebrae can actually collapse under sudden pressure. Hip fractures from losing balance while carrying heavy items have a mortality rate of up to 20% in seniors within the first year after injury. The solution requires a complete mindset shift. Professional organizers who work with seniors follow the 10-pound rule. If it weighs more than 10 pounds, you need assistance or equipment. This means using furniture sliders, dollies, or hiring help for anything heavier than a small lamp. The smart approach is to empty furniture completely before attempting to move it. Remove all drawers, shelves, and contents. Even then, most furniture pieces require 2 people or professional movers. Many communities have senior assistance programs where volunteers help with tasks like furniture moving. Consider furniture placement as permanent decisions. Instead of moving heavy pieces multiple times during decluttering, plan your final layout first and move each piece only once with proper help. Mistake number 5 seems completely harmless but has triggered more respiratory emergencies in seniors than any other decluttering activity. Sorting through decades of paper documents without proper protection. Old papers, books and documents create invisible clouds of allergens, dust mites and mold spores that can trigger life-threatening reactions in sensitive seniors. Clarence, an 81-year-old retired accountant from Ohio, discovered this danger while organizing 30 years of financial records stored in his home office. Clarence had always been meticulous about keeping documents, but boxes of tax returns, bank statements and business papers had accumulated in closets and storage areas. He set aside a weekend to sort through everything and determine what could finally be discarded. What Clarence didn't know was that paper documents become breeding grounds for dust mites and mold over time. Moisture from humidity, basement storage, or minor water incidents creates perfect conditions for microscopic organisms that thrive in paper fibers. When disturbed, these materials release particles so small they penetrate deep into your lungs, bypassing your body's natural filtering systems. The danger escalates quickly for seniors because age-related changes make your respiratory system more vulnerable. Your lung capacity decreases, your cough reflex weakens, and your immune system responds more dramatically to allergens. What starts as minor irritation can rapidly progress to serious breathing difficulties, especially for seniors with asthma, COPD, or heart conditions. Clarence's weekend project turned into a medical emergency by Sunday afternoon. After hours of sorting through dusty paperwork, he developed what seemed like a minor cough. But within hours, the cough intensified, accompanied by chest tightness and wheezing. His wife rushed him to the emergency room where doctors diagnosed acute allergic bronchitis, triggered by prolonged exposure to paper dust and mold spores. The hidden danger in paper sorting is that symptoms often appear hours after exposure, when you might not connect them to your decluttering activity. This delayed reaction means many seniors don't seek medical attention quickly enough, allowing respiratory inflammation to worsen. The safe approach requires treating old paper sorting like a hazardous activity. Always wear a high-quality dust mask, not just a simple surgical mask, but an N95 or P100 respirator that filters tiny particles. Work in well-ventilated areas with fans to disperse airborne particles away from your breathing space. Professional organizers recommend the batch and break method for seniors. Sort papers in 30-minute sessions with hour-long breaks between sessions. This gives your respiratory system time to clear accumulated particles. Keep antihistamines nearby and stop immediately if you experience any breathing difficulties. Consider professional document shredding services for large quantities of old papers. Many services will pick up boxes of documents, ensuring secure destruction while eliminating your exposure to harmful particles. The sixth deadly mistake is attempting to declutter high shelves and cabinets without understanding how dramatically your balance and coordination have changed with age. This mistake has resulted in more life-altering injuries for seniors than any other single decluttering activity, and the consequences extend far beyond the initial fall. Meredith, a 68-year-old artist from Colorado, thought she was being careful when she decided to organize her art supply closet. The top shelves held canvases, brushes, and supplies she hadn't used in years. Meredith used a step stool she'd owned for decades and had her daughter nearby. She thought she was taking all the right precautions, but she didn't understand how age had affected her body's ability to maintain balance while reaching overhead. The physiology of aging creates a perfect storm for high-shelf accidents. Your inner ear, which controls balance, becomes less sensitive. Your vision changes, making depth perception less accurate. Most critically, your reaction time slows dramatically. When you start to lose balance, your body can't compensate quickly enough to prevent a fall. Meredith's accident happened in seconds. While reaching for a box of brushes, she shifted her weight slightly to extend her reach. This minor movement, which she'd done thousands of times in her younger years, caused her to lose balance. Her slower reflexes couldn't compensate, and she fell backward off the step stool, landing on her hip on the hardwood floor. Hip fractures in seniors aren't just painful, they're life-threatening. Studies show that 20% of seniors who suffer hip fractures die within 1 year, not from the fracture itself, but from complications during recovery. Blood clots, pneumonia, and muscle deterioration during long recovery periods create cascading health problems that can be fatal. But even non-fracture falls from height can cause traumatic brain injuries in seniors. Your brain actually shrinks slightly with age, creating more space inside your skull. This means your brain can move more during impact, increasing the risk of serious injury even from falls that might only bruise a younger person. The solution requires accepting that high-shelf decluttering is no longer a solo activity. Professional organizers who work with seniors never allow clients to use ladders or step stools during decluttering sessions. Instead, they use telescoping grabbers, ask for help, or hire professionals for high-access areas. The bring it down rule applies here. Instead of trying to sort items while they're on high shelves, bring everything down to table height for safe sorting. This might mean asking family members or hiring help for the initial removal, but it eliminates the most dangerous part of the process. Consider this an opportunity to involve family members or friends in your decluttering project. Many people are happy to help with the physical aspects, while you make the important decisions about what to keep or discard. The seventh and most unexpected deadly mistake is underestimating the emotional and physical toll of sorting through meaningful possessions, especially items connected to deceased loved ones or major life transitions. This psychological stress can trigger serious medical emergencies in seniors, and it's the most overlooked danger in the entire decluttering process. Josephine, a 76-year-old widow from North Carolina, experienced this firsthand while sorting through her late husband's belongings 2 years after his passing. She'd postponed this task, but family pressure and practical needs finally motivated her to tackle his closet and personal items. Josephine thought she was emotionally prepared, but she wasn't ready for how powerfully the memories would affect her physical health. The medical connection between emotional stress and physical symptoms is particularly strong in seniors. Your cardiovascular system becomes more reactive to stress hormones. Your blood pressure can spike dramatically when confronted with emotionally charged memories. Most dangerously, severe emotional distress can trigger broken heart syndrome, a real medical condition where intense grief causes heart muscle failure that mimics a heart attack. Josephine's decluttering session triggered a cascade of grief reactions. Handling her husband's clothes brought back vivid memories of their 50-year marriage. Finding unexpected items, love letters, photos, his wedding ring, intensified her emotional response. Within 2 hours, Josephine was experiencing chest pain, difficulty breathing, and severe anxiety. Her neighbor found her sitting on the bedroom floor, surrounded by her husband's belongings, in what appeared to be a panic attack, but was actually a stress-induced cardiac episode. The hidden danger is that seniors often push through emotional distress, thinking they should be strong enough to handle sorting through memories. This stoic approach can be literally life-threatening when your body is responding to grief and stress with physical symptoms that require medical attention. Professional organizers who specialize in senior downsizing never allow clients to sort through emotionally significant items alone. They recognize that decluttering isn't just a physical activity, it's an emotional journey that can overwhelm your body's stress response systems. The safe approach requires treating emotionally significant decluttering as a gradual, supported process. Work in very short sessions, no more than 15-20 minutes at a time when dealing with meaningful possessions. Have someone present who can recognize if you're becoming overwhelmed. Most importantly, give yourself permission to stop and resume another day if emotions become intense. Consider having family members or close friends help with the initial sorting, handling items while you make decisions from a slight distance. This reduces the tactile and visual triggers that can intensify emotional responses. Professional estate sale companies and senior move managers can handle the physical aspects of sorting while you focus on identifying truly meaningful items to preserve. Your emotional well-being is more important than completing the task quickly. Now you know the 7 deadly decluttering mistakes that have hospitalized thousands of seniors. Mistakes that seem harmless, but can literally be life-threatening. The transformation isn't just about avoiding these dangers, it's about approaching decluttering with a completely new mindset. Instead of seeing decluttering as a task you must tackle alone, view it as an opportunity to prioritize your safety and involve others in meaningful ways. Instead of rushing through projects, embrace the gradual approach that keeps you healthy and injury-free. Most importantly, instead of ignoring the signals your body sends you, learn to recognize when it's time to stop, rest, or ask for help. The seniors who successfully declutter their homes aren't the ones who push through pain or ignore safety protocols. They're the ones who understand that staying alive and healthy is more important than any organizing project. They invest in proper equipment, ask for help when needed, and treat their well-being as the top priority. Your home should be a sanctuary that supports your health and independence, not a hazard zone that threatens your life. By avoiding these 7 deadly mistakes, you're not just protecting yourself from injury, you're ensuring you'll be around to enjoy the organized, peaceful home you're working to create. Remember, the goal isn't just to declutter your space, it's to do it safely so you can enjoy the results for years to come. If this video potentially saved your life or the life of someone you love, please hit that like button right now. Share this with any senior in your life who might be planning decluttering projects. Your share could prevent a medical emergency. Subscribe to the Senior Reset and ring that notification bell. Have you experienced any close calls during decluttering? Share your story in the comments to help other viewers stay safe. Until next time, remember, your safety comes first, your memories come second, and everything else is just stuff.